that's a tough one. So this is another one, Palantir, whatever, however you pronounce it, needs to get and stay above 894. So it's having some distribution right now, at least back to the 7 and 17. This is a very choppy product. Anyway, it needs to stay above 872, but the real trigger is 894. Another one that's extremely oversold. I think this is also a, anyway, it's having a fabulous move, up 34%. Even better is that chart. So it's a very, very nice chart. Yeah, needs to stay above 968. All right, so that one's being chased. Now we'll kind of go to the usual suspects. Are you chasing NVAX? It is a ripper. It's a gorgeous chart, no question. As long as it stays above 968, it's going to hit its head on the 100. But still very, very strong pattern. Anyway, this is where it likely kind of does its digestion, but it's still very bullish. I don't know, Alexander, if you're in the room, if you had a look at that, but there's definitely a very strong hook right here in volume as well. They're coming up with a ton of calls. And I would say the volume on this one, oh yeah, 10 million. They're doing lots and lots right now chasing NVAX, just letting you know. And it could be, and I don't even know what the short interest is, but it could be a while for this to cover. Anyway, you can see it's crossed above the 10 and 21. That's my absolute telltale sign of when a trend is likely ended. And usually it will break out, pull back, break out, pull back, break out, pull back before it does its duty of getting higher. But this is a biotech, so who the heck knows? It's a biotech. They have their own kind of personality. Palantir, yeah, it looks very good above 872. I'm sorry, that's on a daily. 894. Definitely, if it can stick this landing and kind of move above this trend line, it'll be much more productive. Volume, 8.5 million shares traded in the last 30-minute segment. So that has volume. Look at the CRSP trades. I mean, seriously, this was very, very smart and very, very early. Congratulations. And thanks to Tim and Alexander, who kind of, Tim first, what about this? And I'm like, that looks gorgeous, right? This is a gorgeous squeeze on a daily. Pulled back, it was shallow, boom, breakout. It had a little pause for 2 days at the 200. That is stunning. So we're now back above 59. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Next level would be this kind of 64.22 or 64.19. Palantir has puts that are getting written on this puppy. So they're definitely very, very bullish, Palantir. Yeah, it has to clear in order to really take off, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have already started to at the open, and I don't even know the report, but I see a very sharp rejection up right here. Very nice. Actually, this actually started even before this gap. They started to accumulate it literally right here. 22 million in the last 18 minutes. So they're definitely chasing this guy. You know, it's interesting. They're actually, even though this is sold off, they're coming in and buying this one. You can kind of see a little bit of this. Here's where I'm looking at, by the way, if you're asking, what the hell do you mean? So see this big sell-off? It's on a 30-minute. It's down, 10.5%. You can see this big green candle right here. So they're buying this one. I don't know how good that's going to, make it. We still have a very, very, very strong down candle, but I can see that they're buying it. That's all it means. Palantir is no question with NVAX, the strongest looking chase and swing trade setups today. So whether or not they, missed terribly, it is extremely oversold, and some amount of volume is telling. We got, again, 10 million shares in the first, few minutes of the open. We got now printing 7.9 million right now. They're buying this. It's all green, even if it's extended. So yes, some of it could be short covering, even if it's not on the report, but this is gorgeous. Anything above this 968 is really, really fine. That should slow it down a little bit. It's the 100-day, but ultimately pretty good looking chart. PLTR, oh my God, right? So same thing. Guess what the volume is in the last 28 minutes. 36.4 million shares. Like this is a definition of a chase, right? They're like way offsides on this one. Maybe it's also short covering. I don't have that breakdown, but I can definitely see when a stock holds its gap up, right? Really, really strong move higher, and then it just pulls back shallow. But by the way, what's shallow? This exact tag of a 7 and 17. Breaks out, comes back, tags this 17. And the only way this is bearish is if it breaks this 17. So right now, this is still very, very much in play with 37 million shares coming in. No joke. It's very strong. Remember I said I saw buying in here? Seriously, I still see buying in here. MDGL, wicked, strong turn, saw the buying, that kind of thing, right? Very strong. But I don't see any buying yet in PayPal.